the definitive guide to budgeting and saving in your 20s, tips and tricks for financial success. Welcome to the definitive guide to budgeting and saving in your 20s, tips and tricks for financial success. If you're in your 20s, you may be starting to think about your financial future and wondering how to set yourself up for success. Good news, it's never too early to start budgeting and saving. In this video, we'll provide you with the tools and strategies you need to establish good financial habits in your 20s and set yourself up for long-term financial success. Whether you're just starting out in your career or are well on your way, these tips and tricks will help you take control of your finances and achieve your financial goals. Let's get started. Setting financial goals is an important step in achieving financial success. By having clear financial goals, you can stay motivated and focused on the things that matter most to you. When setting financial goals, it's important to be specific and to have a deadline in mind. For example, instead of just saying I want to save money, try setting a goal to save a certain amount of money by a specific date, such as I want to save $5,000 for a down payment on a house by the end of the year. It's also important to prioritize your financial goals. While it's great to have a variety of financial goals, it's important to focus on the ones that are most important to you and will have the biggest impact on your financial well-being. For example, paying off high-interest debt should be a top priority, as the interest can quickly add up and eat away at your savings. Setting financial goals can also help you create a budget and make a plan for how to achieve those goals. By breaking down your goals into smaller, more achievable steps, you can stay motivated and on track. For example, if your goal is to save $5,000 for a down payment on a house, you can create a budget that includes saving a certain amount of money each month and tracking your progress towards your goal. Creating a budget is an essential step in managing your finances and achieving your financial goals. A budget is a plan that outlines your income and expenses and helps you track your spending and saving. By creating a budget, you can make sure that you are saving enough money, paying your bills on time, and staying on track towards your financial goals. To create a budget, you'll need to track your income and expenses. Start by listing all of your sources of income, such as your salary, any side hustles or freelance work, and any other sources of income. Then, list all of your expenses, including fixed expenses like rent and bills, and variable expenses like groceries and entertainment. Subtract your expenses from your income to see how much money you have left over each month. This is your budget surplus or budget deficit. If you have a surplus, you can use it to save money or invest in your financial goals. If you have a deficit, you'll need to cut expenses or find ways to increase your income. Creating a budget can be a helpful tool for managing your finances, but it's important to be flexible and adjust your budget as needed. Life is unpredictable, and you may need to make changes to your budget as your income or expenses change. It's also important to regularly review your budget to make sure it's still on track. Managing debt is an important part of achieving financial success. While it's not always possible to avoid debt completely, it's important to understand the different types of debt and how to manage them effectively. There are two main types of debt: secured and unsecured. Secured debt is debt that is backed by collateral, such as a mortgage or car loan. If you fail to pay back the debt, the lender can seize the collateral as repayment. Unsecured debt, on the other hand, is not backed by collateral. Examples of unsecured debt include credit card debt and student loans. When it comes to managing debt, it's important to pay off high-interest debt first. The higher the interest rate, the more expensive the debt will be in the long run. For example, credit card debt tends to have high interest rates, so it's important to pay it off as soon as possible. On the other hand, secured debt like a mortgage or car loan often has a lower interest rate, so it may be less of a priority to pay it off quickly. There are several strategies for paying off debt, such as the debt avalanche method, where you pay off the debt with the highest interest rate first, and the debt snowball method, where you pay off the smallest debt first to build momentum. It's important to find a method that works for you and stick to it. Managing debt also involves building and maintaining a good credit score. Your credit score is a measure of your creditworthiness and is based on your credit history. A good credit score can make it easier to borrow money and get approved for loans, while a poor credit score can make it more difficult and more expensive. To build and maintain a good credit score, it's important to pay your bills on time, keep your credit card balances low, and avoid taking on too much debt. In conclusion, budgeting and saving in your 20s is an important step towards financial success. By setting financial goals, creating a budget, cutting expenses, increasing income, saving and investing, and managing debt, you can take control of your finances and work towards a secure financial future. It's never too early to start building good financial habits, and the benefits of doing so will last a lifetime. Thank you for watching the definitive guide to budgeting and saving in your 20s, tips and tricks for financial success. We hope that these tips and tricks have been helpful and that you feel more equipped to take control of your finances. Remember, it's never too late to start budgeting and saving, and by doing so you can set yourself up for long-term financial success. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.